Before I start this video, if you came here purely to learn how to stop letting your phone run your life, then I've added timestamps so I don't waste your time. But I would advise you watch the whole video to get my views on the whole thing. Thank you. That's how much time in our day we spend staring at our phone screen. If we were to make a table ranking of what we spend majority of our day doing, it would look like this. Now that's over a quarter of our time, over a third if we exclude sleeping, that we spend staring at our phone screen alone. Now from what I've said so far, and from the title of this video, you would assume I'm going to go on a rant about why phones are destroying us and why we should all throw our phones away and go and touch some grass and go live in the wild or something. But that's not the point of this video. I don't think phones are good or bad. A parent who sees their child on their phone, gaming or scrolling for hours, probably will see it as a bad thing. But people who use it mainly to connect with friends and family all around the world would see it as a good, handy tool. Now, neither person is wrong, and they are justified in their own reasonings, but that's only a section of the whole picture. People tend to look at their most notable experiences involving something and use that as a judge of whether something is good or bad. So what's my opinion? Now, I could talk on for ages about this topic. In fact, I wrote a massive script, but I really had to cut that down in the name of keeping this video short and kind of straight to the point. So I'll say this. I think phones are great. Majority of my experiences with phones have been events that has benefited me as a person. But this wasn't always the case. I used to have screen times nearly reaching double digits daily. And this wasn't hours of anything that was helping me grow as a person. And this is true for most people, Gen Z specifically. Most people, for most of the time they spend on their phones, aren't bettering their lives, they aren't upskilling themselves, they aren't improving their health or their body or their finances. They're doing the complete opposite. They're doom scrolling, they're comparing themselves to others, they're flooding their brain with constant dopamine, they're pleasuring themselves all from the flick of a finger. So why is this the case? Why have they brought such a negative effect to us? And I think it's quite simple. Phones give your brain everything it wants. It brings your mind every pleasure, every comfort, every single thing it desires. You get all this, like I said, by the flick of a finger. Absolutely no risk to your survival at all, which is what your brain is conditioned to prioritize. So why in the world would your brain want anything different? It's been given the dream lifestyle and you want it to stop. Simply put, your brain is too busy focusing on the right now to worry about 5 to 10 years from now. So what do we do about this? Okay, I've got a trick that gets you to quit your phone addiction in less than 24 hours. It's quick, it's easy, completely free. This is what we would all like to hear. But it's a lie. There's no quick fix for most of us. There's no easy way out. It is hard. It requires commitment and it requires effort from our part. The phone isn't going to pull its weight in this. It's all you. So what did I do? Now, to give you some context, aside from YouTube and WhatsApp and LinkedIn and Snapchat for some reason, I don't use any other social media. I use Instagram when I go out to social events in case I meet someone I would like to stay in contact with but don't want to give up my number. But aside from that, my Instagram account is usually deactivated. I have YouTube Shorts blocked on my phone and I've had it blocked for so long I don't even open Shorts anymore. I use the web version of both LinkedIn and YouTube. Majority of my screen time is spent on YouTube videos that are actively helping me grow in different areas of my life. And videos that I watch are videos I watch to take action. Now all this might sound extreme for you, But just to say, I do still use my phone for other things. I still watch dumb videos here and there. I still watch movies. I still scroll LinkedIn, comparing myself to people my age who are CEOs of like 3 different companies somehow. But the one thing is, I know I'm in control. If that still all sounds extreme to you, then that's completely fine. The advice I'm going to share is not exact actionable steps every single person needs to take, because that's different for everyone. There's so many videos online about phone addictions and all the different tips and tricks and mind games you can use to stop them. But all they can do is give advice and give you these tips and these tricks. But none of that is what gets you taking action. So here's how I stopped letting my phone control my life. The first step is admitting you have an addiction problem. It sounds simple enough, but it's so much more important than we think. Admitting that you feel uneasy if you don't check your phone every 10-15 minutes. Admitting that you say you spend 10 minutes scrolling, but let hours go by and you can't stop. Admitting that you're not in control anymore. Once you've admitted that, then I believe, the same way I was, that you're more ready to do something about it. Once you've come to that decision, once you've come to that mindset of admitting, the next thing is to find your why. Why did you click on this video? Why do you think your phone addiction is bad for you? Why do you think you need to change? My why was because I knew I could achieve so much more if I changed the way I used my phone. I knew I could improve my health, my mindset, my physique, my social skills. I knew I could be a better person, not just for me, but for other people around me. And that meant so much more to me than what my phone had to offer. So find your why. So after admittance, after finding your why, comes the third and final tip I would like to share. And that's find out what you want to spend your freed up time doing. Let's say you got off all the apps that don't help you. Let's say you freed up 2 hours you would usually spend doom scrolling through content you forget with each scroll. Well, what now? You've got that time freed up, but your mind is idle. And an idle mind will turn back to old habits. So find something else to replace it. If you're not sure what to spend that time doing, I've got a video about 10 habits you can start in your 20s or even earlier, or at any age to be fair, that can shape the rest of your life. I've got another video also talking about hobbies you can pick up, which can be helpful in filling up that time as well. Now, I could go on for ages about this topic of devices and how we can use them to better our lives and not let them keep controlling us. So if that's something you would like, please let me know by liking or dropping a comment. But I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for listening. Stay blessed.